Hello, listeners. Today is March 14th, and this is A Garden a Day with Maidenbrock Gardens. Thank you for listening. Today's garden is a departure from the established gardens we usually highlight on this podcast. Instead, today we are focusing on a landscape restoration project aimed at repairing damage caused by mining and illegal logging. This restoration project is not only bringing back trees and plants, it's adding art to the landscape and teaching current and future generations about the importance of protecting and caring for nature. Today, we are exploring World Garden Mongolia. I have to admit, I know absolutely nothing about Mongolia. I do know where it is on a map, but that's about it. So when I heard about this garden, I was intrigued. Most of the information I've found is not in English, and I've not been able to get a proper translation for much of it. So if you know of a good source of information and would share it with me, I will be happy to do an update episode in the future. World Garden Mongolia is located on the slope of the Bayanzuf mountain. More than 1,000 acres of forest was destroyed by illegal logging, leaving the mountain in danger of becoming a desert. The mountain became a barren and desolate place. In 2011, work began by environmental activist Erdeniculan Dulamshev to reforest the mountain. It took a few years of planning, and planting began in 2019. Because the land had been devastated, rainwater would run off and not collect to be useful for feeding saplings. So a 10,000-liter water tank was installed with a wind turbine to provide power for the water pump. Drip irrigation systems and solar panels have also been installed to provide power and water to the garden. Since then, more than 13,000 trees have been planted. The forest was once composed mostly of native larches, and the goal is to return the forest to its former health with native larches. They've also planted more than 7,000 elms. The plantings are in the design of the world map, excluding Antarctica. As seen from above, the effect is pretty cool. There's a photograph in one of the links in the notes if you'd like to see it. Another design is a green stupa, a Buddhist building. The goal for this design is to plant 1,080 trees. Support for the project comes from volunteers and donors. Each tree that is planted is numbered so that donors can see their tree in the garden. Education is important for the project to carry on into the future. A goal of the garden is to provide summer camps for children in the reforested area and to create an educational center. The organization is also seeking to clean up polluted waterways and rehabilitate the soil along those waterways. Their ultimate goal is to plant a tree for every Mongolian and for everyone who supports their garden project, and to restore the earth to health. This looks like a really neat project. I invite you to check out the pictures and the links in the notes. Well, that's about it for today's garden visit. Thank you for listening. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. As a reminder, I release a new episode every single day. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a 5-star review. And if you haven't done so already, I invite you to like, subscribe, or follow so you always get notified of the latest episode. I really do appreciate your support. It means a lot. If all goes well, I'll be right back here tomorrow. See you then.